Doo-ba-doo-ba-ba-da.
Oh my, that's so funny because when I had a sip, for some
Oh,
reason that was in my head and you sang, I don't know why,
because
that's
we're
so weird.
connected. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's
I just
insane.
You
Oh
were
my
probably
God.
sipping and it was going down your throat and you wanted to sing, but you can't sing and swallow at the same
True.
time. So then you telepathically sent me that message and I sang it for
Apparently. Yeah, look at
you.
that. We're just like two peas
We
in a
go
freaking pod.
together like Rama Lama Lama Lama
Ding,
Diggity
ding,
Bop.
ding, ding, ding. Okay. I can't. Was that a 90s film or was that in the
No,
80s?
I mean, it was so popular in the 90s though, like, because we loved it.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. And if you're wondering where you
Yes,
tuned
hi.
in, it's not a podcast about Greece.
It's
It
not.
is
That
a
would be
totally
cool
90s
though.
podcast, right? I know we should
It's
hello, do a series on that. But I
it's T
once
to the N to the
yeah.
T's.
See, I think I told you this though. I didn't know Greece was had
The
a no.
word.
I thought you're on a roll. But I didn't know Grease had two. I
I
thought the one that I was
know.
watching the whole time was the
The
first
first
one.
one, I know, and you loved that one. Yeah,
I
I
did.
mean, it's
Hmm.
it's a movie. It's a whole it's a whole vibe.
It
Okay,
is.
Sandra D, come on.
Hmm.
And
For
then
real.
I still can't believe she's no longer with us.
I know. Isn't that a trip?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
sad. She was so
it
beautiful all the
is.
way to the end.
She was, and such a good person, you know?
Yeah, you could just tell.
Yeah. I don't know. So someone else passed away recently, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every day we're turning on the TV and someone else, I think like a soap opera person. I don't
Oh,
know.
yes. Tony Bennett.
Oh
He passed away.
yeah.
Hmm. I can't really say I
That was
listen to his
hard.
songs, but some
Yeah.
things, you're familiar with,
But
but
also he was like a comfortable blanket.
oh,
He
completely.
was
He was an
always around.
icon.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sad.
Absolutely. It's so funny. We always remember like the women,
Yeah.
and like the men like him and I'm trying to think like who was big? Who else is big other than Tony Bennett? There's like I'm like Engelbert Humperdinck. I don't even know that's his name. Although he was really handsome back in the day. Do you know who that is?
Humperdinck?
Uh-huh.
Who is that?
Engelbert Hump. I think that's his name, Engelbert. Okay, I'll play a song for you later and
Okay.
you'll know exactly who he
Okay.
is. But just Barry Manilow.
Oh no. Did he pass?
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
please
He's good.
don't. Like he's okay, right?
I think so.
Hello,
Is he in the same
Mandy.
age bracket as Tony
No,
Bennett?
he's
Is
not.
Tony Bennett
He's
older?
Tony Bennett's older. Little Boo Boo is he's still there. I mean, I'm not a fan of Lo, but I
Hmm.
do I do love me some Manilow. So
Shanilow. That's
yeah.
awesome. Oh my
He didn't
gosh.
sing that stupid Pina Colada song though, right?
No, he did not.
He
Was
sang
that a man or
Copacabana.
he
At
did?
the
Oh, I love
Copacabana.
Copacabana.
That's the song.
Ah, love that song. That him and Tom Jones just have a
Oh,
piece of my corazon.
yes. And also, can someone check on the well-being of Dick Van Dyke? Is he still alive? As far as I am aware, he's still alive. That man is
Hmm.
amazing. Like he does
Yes.
all his own stunts, even into his 80s and 90s. He was doing like when he would make little appearances on
Hmm.
shows. He's so
So adorable.
sprite. Is he still alive? Please say yes.
He is still alive.
How old is he?
He was born in 1925, so he's
Puta madre.
97.
Oh,
Dang, you know what?
boo.
He's darling.
He is. I love him so much. Oh my
Ugh.
God.
Were you a
He's
fan of
so
Mary Poppins?
I was. I was.
Same
Not
here.
like, oh my, like that's not one of my favorite movies.
Hmm.
But and the whole reason why I love it is well, one, because her purse has everything in it. But two,
Hmm.
Dick Van Dyke. He made it because I grew up watching the Dick Van Dyke show. So
Hmm.
naturally, like the
Oh,
two went hand in hand
completely.
for me.
Yeah, he was just so funny.
Absolutely. And
You
he's
know,
adorable.
he
The
is.
last appearance I saw, I'm sure he's done other things, but like I'm a huge fan of Scrubs and
Hmm.
he like he had like a recurring role for a minute there, and he was adorable and falling, and he does all his own stunts. I'm like, how does he not
Wow.
break a hip?
Yeah, for real. He was in so much though. Like
Yeah.
his freaking rap sheet
Resume.
is, yeah, thank you. I'm like, he's not a killer. It goes like, I mean, crazy. I didn't know he was in Night at, oh yes, he was in Night in the at the Museum. Have you seen that
Yes.
movie?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's just, but he's so cute.
He is. He's a little dot.
Oh,
And also, side note, I need to, we said that we were going to forget some things when we were wrapping up our R&B
mm-hmm.
series, which I had a ball doing with you, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But
It was
I
fantastic.
can't believe that I freaking forgot to mention three people that still mean the world to me. And I'm just going to quickly say them right now.
Uh-huh.
Tevin Campbell.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What?
That's true.
Babyface. Excuse me.
I thought of Babyface last night when I was watching the Kardashians. I
I
was
got,
like, we did not
yeah.
mention Babyface.
And then also Keith Sweat. I should
Mm-hmm.
just get up and leave the room right
You
now.
should.
I know. I know, because I love,
Welcome
oh,
everyone. Steph's no longer
I
here.
know. Like literally, I wanted to like fall because I love, I was all, you got that whip appeal when I was like cleaning. I was like, oh, and then like, hi, Twisted. That was our whole high school
Oh, you
career.
got
And
that right.
oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
And
But
Tevin Campbell.
yeah, and that's so okay. Who was the one that sang? Maybe it was him. Did we mention Silk?
We did.
Okay. Maybe it was let me look at what's his name? What'd you just say?
Tevin.
Yeah, hold on.
Can we talk
Oh,
for a
a
minute?
minute.
Girl, I want to know your name. And then I'm ready, no, I'm ready to
Ooh,
love you
yes, stop it.
forever. Oh my God, come on. Like
Yes.
I love, he was elementary school for me. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever it comes, because he'll come on my shuffle and I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, it transports me back to that time and who I was crushing on back then.
Right? Exactly. And like Keith Sweat, nobody.
Hello.
That voice.
Twisted, and
Uh,
then he sounds like that live to this
mm-hmm.
day. I had the honor and privilege of seeing him in concert a few years ago. I
Really?
swear to God, I don't even know how I kept my bra on, because I literally was like ready to like just boom slingshot it to him.
Oh man,
But yeah,
that's
I
true. Oh my
just
gosh.
had to say it because someone lovingly commented and said
Mm-hmm.
Keith Sweat and
Yes,
Tevin Campbell. And I'm like,
yes.
exactly. Thank you.
Yes, no, that's true. I saw the comments and I was like, "What?" And one that I forgot
Uh-oh.
was, and you know what? I can't say he had a lot of freaking songs, but it was my favorite song
Oh
of
no,
all
Return of the
time.
Mac.
Yes, Mark
Oh,
Morrison
yeah.
from 1996.
And Shaggy, he was popular with
Yes.
Mr. Boom. But I mean, he's still
Hmm.
around though. But
He
like
is.
when he's hey boo, like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Oh yeah.
Boombastic is right,
Okay.
sir. But
Yes.
yeah, so that's
Mm-hmm.
us rectifying it. If we missed anyone else, which I'm sure
Yeah.
we did, please let us know because we appreciate that. Thank
Yes.
you.
I no, I agree because honestly, I mean, hello, we had 3 episodes
Yeah.
and we still were forgetting people.
Oh
And I'm sure
yeah.
there's still people that are going to come up that I mean, did we even mention Coolio?
I, but
No.
then that's kind of like borderline because we didn't mention Salt and Pepper because then that's a whole other genre.
That's true. That's
So I
true.
think we're okay. Like when
Okay.
we do hip hop, like,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Because yeah. Yeah, it's that borderline thing. That's
yeah.
right. But it'll come up. 3 episodes from now, we might think of another one. So just
And then
bear with
that's
us,
okay. We'll
people.
just say it because
Yeah.
we can do whatever we want here.
No, that's for dang sure. You are so funny. I know, for real. I had such a blast though with that session because that series was freaking fire.
It was. And it just brings me back. I feel like my mother. I swear to God, I don't know what it is about music specifically, because I could be like, I feel the same way about TV. Don't get me wrong. Like my nostalgic shows and stuff, I get all like
Hmm.
fuzzy inside, but music is something else
Hmm.
entirely. So like it just makes
Yeah.
me, and then I'll catch myself like literally becoming Vicky. Like, this is my
Mhm.
song. They don't
Oh
make music
yeah.
like this anymore. I'm like,
Right? I know. It just I feel like comments like that just age us so much.
I know.
But it's true, like when you think about it, not that we're old, but we are, it's crazy. We are getting older
Oh, shit.
and it's insane. It's so funny because, I still just, I'm like you too, I'm sure. You think that we're still in our 20s.
Yes,
And then
I
I
do.
see things like, Spice Girls and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so long ago. So speaking of Spice Girls, did
Oh,
you
did you
see the
see
not episode, but the
the
clip of,
sapphic? Like, are you talking about the Jerry and Mel B?
no, I'm talking about the one, I can't remember. I think it was Posh's birthday or
Oh,
David's. And she was drunk. Did you see that?
no, but I
And
did
she was
see.
singing and she literally almost fell and the
Oh,
DJ had to pick her up almost and hold her up because she was.
I don't want to see her like that because she's so
Oh,
like,
she totally played it off. Like
I
it was
love her.
like she was still singing. Even after he like put her back up, she was still going on and on and on. And David
I'm
was right there just owning it, like, and
you
he
know what?
hugging
God
her,
bless them both
right?
because that, they have hot sex.
Oh, hands down.
I would
I'm
just
like,
want to,
I'd buy a ticket to watch that.
I would, if I were either of them, I just want to be surrounded by mirrors whilst having the
Hmm.
hot sex.
Yeah, I would never wear clothes.
I know I
And
wouldn't
I would
either.
demand for my husband never to wear clothes,
Exactly.
you
Just
know?
swing
Mm.
freely. It's okay.
Yes, exactly. But what happened with Jerry and Mel
Okay.
B?
So, and I'm going to want to do an
Uh-oh.
all deep dive into the Spice Girls. So I'm not
Mm.
going to go, I'm going to just give the rough like thing. So we all know that Jerry and Mel B, so
Mhm.
Ginger Spice and Scary Spice, they had a
Mhm.
fling
Right.
back then. And like, and poor Sporty was always the one accused of being gay, the gay one, because she wore
Mhm.
Adidas. Okay.
I
But
did.
so exactly. But
Mhm.
the song Viva Forever?
Mhm.
Apparently, Jerry wrote that song to Mel B. That's her love letter to her because it wasn't just a one night
What?
thing. They were a thing privately. And then she left. She left on Mel B's birthday without telling anybody. So that's another thing. Like, hi, because they couldn't be together. It was the early 90s and like
Mhm.
kids were their fans and whatever. And then shortly after she left, Mel B is pregnant with her backup dancer's baby. So like it was just all, look up the
So
lyrics.
messy.
It's very messy, but like in interviews and stuff,
Mhm.
Jerry speaks very freely about how, like, you play the game with friends, like, oh, I would marry so and so, I screw this her, and
Mhm.
I, whatever. She would
Right.
always talk about Mel
Mel
B
B.
and like the longing looks and everything. So it was known that, the
Ooh.
fling, and I was like,
Mhm.
wow, okay, that's doesn't bother me.
Mhm.
But like the whole love affair, and now thinking about the lyrics, it's so sad. It's so sad. And
Oh
then
my
she talks about
gosh.
it in her memoir, Jerry does,
Really?
about a love that she couldn't, they couldn't finish their love story or something. Because then, yeah, it's sad. It's a whole, like, I
Oh
watched
my
a whole deep dive on it because
gosh.
I was like, oh, they just had a fling. Don't like make nothing just because it's a girl group and they're very like,
Yeah.
they're very touchy with each other, and just
Mhm.
leave it alone. But then all the evidence points to, oh my God, they totally were.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
so mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole tonight.
It's
Okay.
a deep one. So you'll be there
But and
for a
so
minute.
they both basically have confirmed that yes, that was true, or
Yeah,
is
like in an interview that where I think Mel B was asked, she kind of just doesn't answer it, but she just like makes it like it's all in the face and the eyes and the
Mhm.
not the non-answers and stuff.
Wow, because I could see because Jerry was very like passionate.
Oh
Like she's a
yeah.
very like hands-on, like you could tell she feels a lot. And Mel B seems there's a lot about Mel B that we just don't know. Like she has there's I mean, because wasn't there a thing between
Her and Eddie
her
Murphy.
Yeah, her and Eddie Murphy, but then there was something recently where she was like in an abusive relationship, but then they
Yeah.
accused them of having like a threesome, and there was like a whole thing that was like insane. And
Yeah.
I was just like,
She's got a
wow.
lot of drama like following her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so sad.
It
But
sucks because, oh God, they're so
so is that what
beautiful.
broke up the group?
Mm. They
So
don't confirm or deny it, but she
interesting.
left. And then the way she left and the day
Hmm.
she left, it speaks volumes.
Dang, that is so deep.
Hmm. So that, and then I've always loved that song. And so I was thinking and singing the words to myself, and I was like, oh, that's so sad. So that I'm crying while listening to it. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. Who would have thunk?
Mm.
See? It's so crazy because, like, even like, you told your story and you think about like all the things like back in the 90s where it wasn't as, you know, you couldn't be as free, right? And man, imagine all the things that actually transpired and nobody really knew about, just relationships that went on because of out of fear,
Oh, yeah. I
you
mean,
know?
definitely
Mm, that's
sad.
crazy. Because honestly, I would have never have thought that.
And it's funny because whenever in the shows when they would perform that live and Jerry wasn't there anymore, it was the Wembley Stadium performance. She had already left and Mel
Mm,
B was pregnant, so was Posh, and she sings the last part very slowly, and
mm-hmm.
Sporty comes in and she sings it very slowly, and then you see tears in her eyes while she's
Ooh,
singing that
okay.
part. Then they always kiss each other and walk off stage after it finishes.
Oh man. Okay, I'm
So
gonna have to watch
yeah,
this. This is crazy. So, something I wanted to ask you,
yeah.
because I know you were kind of invested in the beginning, and I mean, I listened to it too, and I read up on it, but it's insane because this Carly Russell
Oh my
story.
God, I'm so glad I can't stop talking about it. I literally cannot, but first of all, wow. And
Can you give a little synopsis of what
yeah.
happened?
So this girl, I mean, so she's like in her 20s, right? So she's
Mm-hmm.
driving home after work. She works at like a medical office of some sort. She's driving home on the highway and she claims that she had to pull over because she saw a toddler running on the side of the highway
Mm-hmm.
without like just with no shoes on, no clothes, and just running.
And this is in Alabama, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And Birmingham, and
Mhm.
she pulls over, she calls 911 to report it, and then she calls her brother's girlfriend. I don't know why.
Mhm.
And says, I'm here with this child. I'm gonna stay till the cops come. All of a sudden she screams and the call drops. And then the brother's girlfriend said she never heard a baby in the background. So that's important. And then
Hmm.
when the cops get there, there's no kid, there's no Carly. Her phone's on the floor, I think, or her possessions are there with her car, including her wig. So she had like braids underneath. And parents go on TV. Influencers are using their platforms on TikTok to get the word out because TikTok literally has been so like such, I think it's such a positive thing, and people
Mhm.
have like millions of followers. And so one that
Yeah.
I follow, like Ophelia Mama Tot, she used her platform. I think she's got 12 million followers, and she did 3 stories.
Dang.
Like, I need you guys to help me spread the word. Okay.
Wow.
So all these people are doing that. Everyone's like, oh my God. And like, she's, a young Black woman. Like, we need to get the word out. She can't be ignored the way other people of color have been ignored in the media. But if this was a Gabby Petito thing, it would be like
Mhm.
all over the place. So I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's so true. I'm so glad everyone's sharing. Okay.
Mhm.
Then she comes home after 48 hours. She just walks through her parents' house. And then her parents, who had given a press conference, are like, oh my God, we're praying for her, la la la. They give a press conference before this. She comes home. She comes home, and then the family's like, we need to give her some time. She's going to be going to the hospital to be checked. She's really traumatized. She's been through a lot. Then there's a press conference after that, and the cops are like, we have not found evidence of a child missing anywhere. She's
Oh
reported that a
no.
man with red hair came out of the woods and picked her up and like took her somewhere. Someone else said that like this person was with a woman and the woman like fed her crackers and painted her nails while if
Okay.
you're watching YouTube, she the way you that was perfect timing how you busted out your chapstick. But like, so like all this, and she claims that she wasn't sexually assaulted, thank God. All this stuff, but it's like something's not sitting right, and the cops are like, we don't know what's going on. Then during the press conference, they release that they did a search of her phone and her internet, and she was
Mm-hmm.
looking up things like how much does an Amber alert cost?
Okay, I'm
How
done. Are
much
you serious?
how old do you have to be for an Amber? What's the age cutoff for Amber Alerts? How do you steal money from a cash register without
Oh,
being caught? And then she looked up the movie Taken, the plot. So all this is on her web
can't.
history, not just on her phone, but on her work computer. And then people in her past start sharing things on social media like, oh no, she's a liar. She did this. She's just trying to get attention for her ex-boyfriend. She's trying to get him back. And then someone showed screenshots that Carly supposedly texted the new girlfriend like this real it's really bad. And then another
Crap.
employer said we fired her for stealing. So it's all like so then when this press conference like says all this, all the social media influencers are like, I'm pissed. Like I use my platform for this and this, and then all these oh my God, these people were like, now you're whenever a woman comes forward or needs help, no one's going to believe us. Like this is people of color
Mm-hmm.
obviously saying no one's going to believe us because of what you did. Well, today,
Oh
so that was
shit.
last week. Today, through Carly's lawyer, the lawyer said this was all a lie.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And let me
See?
tell you, Neen, the
Mm-mm.
fucking sorry, the hilarity of like all the what do you call it when you do reenactments? Everyone's having a blast reenacting like how like this one guy was like, let me practice my screams. That's the one. Or like,
What
it's
is wrong with people? What this is horrible.
supposedly just to get a reaction from her boyfriend is
Oh.
is what it was. And he came out today and he was like, please stop bullying her online for what's going on. Oh, she better never leave the house again. all
That's
the
for dang sure.
resources all the resources money time spent looking for her. Oh my God. And her
Wow.
parents I think were in on it too because
That's was going to be my next
the body
question.
like people who like observe body language of people, they started
Hmm.
studying their interview that they gave at the press conference and they were like shifty. It was something was off there. So
See, okay.
yeah,
You know what? Okay.
girl, I have been
I don't
I would
even know what to say at
I
this
don't
point
either.
because I kept seeing this over and over and over again on my news feeds. And then I had obviously read up on it, but not to this extent.
Yeah.
And can I just say, like, how dumb are you
Oh,
to Google this shit on how to do stuff?
I mean,
Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I just can't. There was a guy, I don't know if you remember, but last year around Christmas or Thanksgiving, there was a
what?
murder somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but this guy murdered his wife for her insurance policy. And something happened, and they were trying to, obviously gather information about the crime. He claimed she went missing, all the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But they found on his computer over the course of like 3 or 4 days, how do you chop up a body? Can you smell formaldehyde from a
No.
plastic bag?
No.
If you burn a body, how long does it
Oh
take?
wait, I think I know this.
Like
Yeah.
all these things. And I was just like, what in your right mind would make you think that they're not going to look at your internet history? Even like we all know, even if you clear your freaking history, it's still there.
Exactly.
like I learned that when I was like 5. Okay, like those are things you learn when you're a kid, you
Yeah.
know? And then it's funny because this guy in particular had then used his son's iPad because he didn't want it to be on his computer.
Yes. What a dick.
I know. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? And with her, come on now. Come on. You
I
know?
literally, I can't wait. I hope she does do an interview. I can't wait. I mean, I'm sure the attorney's advising her not to talk to anyone. And he's like
Mm-hmm.
laughing his ass all the way to the bank. I mean,
Oh, completely. Because that's a lot of money. The time, like, just, I don't even know. That's just absolutely foolish. And
yep,
and it is sad because you're right. Like there is already that whole thing, like people say, when it's a blonde, white, blue-eyed girl,
yep,
everybody runs and they need to find her. It's like on all the news channels,
yeah.
and here everybody's trying to do their part and save this poor girl, and she's just waltzes back into her parents' house like whatever.
And supposedly Street Cam caught her being dropped. So she apparently the whole time was chilling at some hotel, some red roof hotel. Okay. And she had
Of course,
snacks.
it was a red
Yeah.
roof.
She had snacks. She was chilling, watching all the footage.
Oh my
Okay, so I
God.
guess the whoever was in cahoots with her drove her back, and she gets out of the car. Mean, she gets out of the car like normal, like, okay, peace out, I'll see you later. And then so she's walking. All of a sudden, the camera picks like a ring cam, sees her walking normally, and then she runs like, ah.
What an idiot. Come on now. See, you know what? It's like there's a lot of drama and crimes going on in this world, right? But if
Yes,
you're going to commit one, you got to be pretty smart, stealthy, and like just I mean, like there is no way that you wouldn't leave some sort of clue, right? Because people have ring cams. I mean, there
exactly.
everywhere you turn, someone could get something, right?
Yes.
Uh, I just, uh, I mean, it would have been a perfect 90s crime.
Oh yeah, that would have been, I would have been eating it up with a spoon. Speaking of
Completely.
which, uh a case that I'm obsessed with, the Long Island serial killer, they
Mm-hmm.
caught his ass, right? I'm like,
Yes.
yes, I want to talk about it. It's
Uh-huh.
not a 90 case. So, but
Uh,
whatever. It's still, I'm so glad because we talked about when we were talking about Stephanie Crow, we're like, hopefully
yes.
they'll find answers,
Mm-hmm.
before they leave this earth. And it's like now we're finding answers, like
Yeah.
unsolved crimes for years.
Mm-hmm.
And like, who knows? Maybe we'll find out about John Bonet one day.
Yeah.
Like
Do you think
it's an
so?
exciting. I hope so. I hope so. But if not, I'm the first thing I'm gonna do is, and when I get to heaven, is go look for that little girl and ask her what the
Mm-hmm.
hell happened. Because
Right.
seriously, like I want to know. I want to
Yeah.
know. I think
I
everyone
know.
wants to know. But I thought
Yeah.
that was phenomenal.
It
Phenomenal.
was. And it was actually, I think that news came out the day that our episode dropped of
Yes,
Crime
yes, it
Talk,
did.
right?
Uh-huh.
And it was like, wow. And you're right. It was funny because we were just talking about that when we were recording
Yes.
about how
Yes.
it's so sad that all these crimes are just like, up in the air, still open. And, we hope that somehow,
Yeah.
some way, especially now with TikTok and how,
Yeah.
you have
Internet
these modern
sleuths.
day sleuths, yeah,
Yeah.
that just take it upon themselves. Because I mean, there are cold cases, tons and thousands, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, unless a serious clue comes on the freaking tables,
Or if they make a mistake, because the thing is, DNA was so slow back in the day. But if they did take DNA back then,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put it in a safe place where it's not going to get contaminated or anything with time and age and or whatever,
Right.
then if they have a suspect in mind, they can
Mm-hmm.
later on like trail that person and then
Mm-hmm.
wait for them to mess up, just like this guy. I think they got his DNA from a pizza box, and like
Wow.
they were able to match it up with the DNA they took at the scene. Oh my god, I love
Wow.
this.
See, I wonder if they have an actual department for stuff like this
Yes, they
as
do. They
far
have cold cases. I mean,
so
there's
and that they go back to like, like investigating old
they
cases,
have
but
to.
I
Yeah.
hope so
Yeah.
because that's insane. That's just
I would
because I
love to
mean,
work
that's
in
just
that
so sad.
department. Oh my god.
Right?
in the cold cases. I don't know
Oh, man,
why.
you would be
Mm. Oh
perfect.
my God, I'm drooling at the. But yeah,
Ah,
it's
I
a time to
love
be
it.
alive.
Right? Oh, you're so funny. So, today I actually went to lunch, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about today and kind of go on from there. So, I went out to lunch with my friend, my boss actually, and she took me to a Peruvian restaurant in Redwood City, and I actually took her there first when we worked together back in the day. And I sat there and I was like, oh my gosh, let me take a picture of this and send it to Steph, because this restaurant was where Steph had her amazing, amazing birthday, 15th birthday.
Oh,
It was insane. In 1996, right?
yeah.
Is that when we
So
turned 15?
hang
Yeah.
on, because we're gonna turn 42 in September. So I'm gonna do it like that. So 42. So it's 27 years this year.
Oh, wow. That's craziness. Man, I remember being so excited,
I
getting
mean,
ready and stuff. Oh.
getting ready. I remember being a little bee because I really wanted a big princess dress
Mm-hmm.
and a tiara, the way like the girls in high school all got. And my mom's
Yeah.
like, okay, but we don't really do that. Like
So
you're
that's
gonna
what I
get,
was going to ask you, because, quinceañeras are like big for,
yeah,
Mexican
yeah.
culture and stuff. Is that, I don't
I
know. Is
guess
it big in
not.
like other?
Yes and no. Like, because
Mhm.
my sister, but anyways, yeah.
Mhm.
So my mom was like, we
Mhm.
don't really do that. I'm like, and I guess maybe because I was born here, I think that's
Right.
what she meant. So, but they
Mhm.
were still gonna give me a big party. And so
Mhm. They sure did.
my dad's bestie owned that restaurant. And so they rented that out. And my
Mhm.
daddy got me a white stretch limo to take us to the party. What?
Yes. I know.
Like
My
my
God.
daddy.
Mhm.
Okay. Like I will
Oh.
never forget that. That totally made me like lose it. And I loved my dress. I loved the
Mhm.
color. And I had my
Yes.
Valerie Malone haircut.
Sure did.
And then we pull up to the place and I felt like a celebrity. Like I felt like when
Yeah.
we pulled up in the front, like what up? And people were
Right?
waiting for us and we go in and my grandma made the cake and my
Mhm.
dad, and it was like tables of tables. It felt like a wedding, like
Mhm.
delicious Peruvian food. My dad hired a traditional trio to play Peruvian music while we
Mhm.
ate, like with the caja, the cajon, the
Mhm.
box, and it was
So good.
beautiful. And then there was a DJ and a mic
Mhm.
because people gave speeches.
Mhm.
And uh ooh, did me and Annie get the mic and sing? I hope not. I have a memory of singing
Yes.
Ironic or
Uh-huh.
You Ought to Know. Oh God.
We actually were dancing on the stage forever.
Because
Was
we were
there it were
dancing
what
to
were we
Baila
dancing
tu
to?
cuerpo
Yeah.
Maria we're dancing to Macarena, which was huge in the 90s.
That's man, we shut it down. Like we
We
even went
sure
past the
did.
time of like, you know, when it was supposed to end,
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
and he knew that because he's
Mhm.
Peruvian too, the owner. So he already knew that we were going to be there well into the morning. And
Wow.
of course, it ends because someone drank too much, some man. So there was a fight because there always is
Uh-huh.
at our parties. Back when I was growing up, there was always a fight.
Of course. I
And
mean, it wouldn't be a party if there wasn't a fight in like,
exactly.
Latin
Exactly. But I remember
family.
that we got into the white Zinfandel. we got
Mhm.
we I was throwing them back and that was fun. It was just such a great I have such beautiful memories, and at least there I have pictures. Like I have a
Yeah.
picture, with you, Annie, and another friend.
Mhm.
And then I have someone, thank God, because we weren't in the era of taking photos.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I have a beautiful picture that they took, one of my favorite pictures of me and my dad when we're
Mhm.
dancing, because it's
Aw.
tradition for like the men to take the 15-year-old to dance and,
Mhm. I
and
love
do that. So I
that.
have a picture with my grandpa and all that. So
Mhm.
it was such an amazing time and I loved it. And I'll
Yeah.
always
Oh,
remember it.
man. It was so fun. It was like the first time where I felt kind of like a teenager too.
Yeah.
Like we were beginning to be older, a little bit older, more mature,
Yeah.
where we could just have fun and just
Yeah.
like let loose.
Yes. Do
And
you,
uh,
do you remember the car ride home and you were trying so hard to stay awake by
I
looking
wasn't, I
into the
was focusing.
headlights?
I was because I was so
You
tired. I
had the
don't think I've ever
cutest face
stayed
on.
up
You were
that
like
late.
this. And I was like, oh, so cute. Some things
Oh,
never change.
you're so funny. No, it was so fun. It literally was. And you know what? I think in a way, like, it was more special. Like,
It
I don't want to
was.
say quinceañeras aren't special, but there was something about like how you had your party that made it more intimate, but more just like, because it's like a wedding. When you have a really big wedding
Yes.
and it becomes this whole thing, like to me, it's more about like everything else and not about like the actual experience or the moment. You kind of do it for everyone else except the person, right?
Exactly.
And I think like memories like that, like you said, you have that photo with your dad, with your grandfather, like the people that you really wanted there, and you got to enjoy that time with them.
Yeah. And it was like, because I went to a few quinceañeras.
Hmm.
And I remember like I was like, oh, I should have invited more people, like from like more friends. But then I was like, no, I'm actually happy that it was mostly family. And it was family because it was just my very close friends that I invited
Right.
because it was all about like the family. And
Hmm.
then in the quinceañeras that I went to, it was very like overwhelming, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
there's so many. And then there's like the chambalan, like the people that
Hmm.
the procession and everything, and the church. I don't have a church thing. So who
Right? It's
wants to
like
sit
it
through that?
literally is like a wedding. I remember an ex of mine, his family had one for their niece,
Oh, damn,
and
it must have been lit.
it was like from I was
Oh,
like
wait, I'm gonna tell mine after you. Go ahead, because I went to one too back in the day. You already know.
I was
Tell
like,
me, tell
okay.
me.
But I was like, oh my gosh, I have never like because my family's Mexican, but they ain't like that. Like they're from here, like they don't do I've never been to a quinceañera from my family, right? I don't know. Can you hear the toilet flush? Because I can. Can you hear it?
No, but can you hear me
Okay.
when I put mute and chew my crackers?
Let's see. Mm-mm. I just see
Yay!
your mouth moving. Sorry if you guys heard a toilet flush, but
I
someone
didn't
had
hear
to
anything.
go. Okay,
You're
good.
fine.
Um, but I was like, man, they knew how to get down though. It was
Did
like
they have a live band?
they sure did. Oh
Hell
my
yeah, keep
gosh.
going.
Who knows who they were, but it was and it was like a banda all the way from like started at 10, like they had a live band, but then um how did it go? Man, that was really long. It was so long because freaking it went from like 10 o'clock all the way to like 4 in the morning. And it was like so
Yep.
much so my shoes flew off. I think even my dress flew off and I had to change because I just could not. It was hot because we were in a hot area of the state. I was like, oh my God, this is a
Wait, where
lot
were you? Wait,
in
were you like in a?
Sacramento.
Oh God.
And
Oh my
it
God.
was like 105 degrees.
Whoa.
Uh-huh. And everybody from all over, from Mexico, they all had come. And it was like, the dress, and then they have the coordinated dances and, it's just, and then they have the godparents, which I was one, like had to come and, like kneel and then do all this other stuff and do a dance around her. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And of course, I was like the only white girl there. And I was just like, I stuck out like a sore thumb.
I
Okay.
mean,
No, for real. Cause you should have seen what I wore
what'd you
compared
wear?
to everybody
What'd you
else.
wear? Can you please tell? You have
No, I'm
amazing
pretty sure
taste.
you saw my dress before. I wore a vintage dress. It was kind of like, it was baby blue and white. It had like a white collar, not a collar, but like, it looked like
Detail.
it was something like you. worn like the 50s, but it was
Oh,
really pretty and like very, I love that
did you
dress.
wear
It's so
that when we went to the Starlight Lounge?
yes, that's the dress I wore.
Oh,
I love that dress.
beautiful.
Yeah, I wore that, but they were like, I felt like
What? It's
no,
fancy.
it was, but compared to what everybody else was
What were
wearing,
they
I
wearing?
just
Evening gowns?
pretty much.
Oh,
And
Lord.
it's like, and I just felt so out of place. Like I had never been to one
Yeah.
ever. So
Yeah.
it was just different. It was fun. I had a great time, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, you know, great food. You know, we had birria and
Oh, yeah.
freaking, you know, beer on tap,
Oh,
palomas go like just flying everywhere. Yeah, it was amazing. It was beautiful.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
needless to say, I didn't get one. Not
I
that
would
I
have,
would.
I would have loved to have gone to that one with you. Like, that sounds like a
Yes. I
blast.
would have loved for you to be there with
Yeah.
me.
See, with my ex, he had that family in
Hmm.
SoCal, and
Oh,
so
yes.
amazing kids, and I still miss them. They were so cool.
Hmm.
But the middle child was gonna have her quinceañera, and I was so excited. We're gonna travel. We always went to Los Angeles, and
Hmm.
I remember I got my outfit and I was ready because the invitation said it was going to be at 5 o'clock, and it's some ways away because it was at some ranch, some a couple
Hmm.
hours away. And
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm ready because we're supposedly going to go take professional pictures. And so I'm sitting and I'm like, I'm by myself in the living room. I'm like, no one's here. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And no one is ready. The mom was cooking, evening gown, full hair, full makeup, and she's cooking in the kitchen because she made the whole
For the
food
party?
for the whole party, and it was like over 100 people. It was
Holy
like a
crap.
wedding. And so we get to the photos late, which and then we're there forever. And then I'm like, oh my God, we're not gonna make it in time. The priest is gonna be there. Like, what's happening? We get to the place
Mm.
late. No one is tripping. I'm the only one, like, oh my God, what's going on? Right.
Uh-huh.
We get there, the poor priest is there, and then it was fine. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, man, you're cooking for like 500 people. Why?
Hmm.
Because people rolled up to this party, they skipped the church part, and they rolled up and they took to goes. They were like, oh, and then
Dang.
people showed up with like their neighbor and like their
Yeah.
goddaughter's friend. I'm like, see, that's this story is why I'm the way I am today,
Hmm.
because okay, if
Hmm.
you're not on the guest list, you're not coming in.
Hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, when during our wedding, I was like, if if extras roll through here, I will have Justine tell them to get out, because she'll
And
be
I
nice
would.
about it.
Hmm.
Remember we
Damn
talked about
straight.
that? We're like, what if
Hmm.
like so and so?
Okay. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, no. Goodbye.
But this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
This event.
See.
I
And
couldn't believe
see,
it.
yeah, and see, and I get that because
Yeah.
that's the Mexican part of me where I'm used to that.
Oh,
It's kind of like you have to expect it almost because when you plan a party that where invitations go out, like now we've become smart where we put the number of people that are invited. But
yeah.
there's always those people that call,
Oh,
you know, to
yeah.
say, "Oh, but wait, can I bring so and so or can I bring this person?" And you're like, "Hello, they weren't on are they included in the number?" Huh? Or, you know, or they bring their neighbor, or they
Or,
bring a cousin that's,
or
you know,
Yeah, or it's a grown-up party and they're all and it specifically says no kids allowed, and they'll be like, "Can I bring my kid?" I'm like,
mhm.
"Did did I stutter? Does it say?"
Yeah, there's still yeah, no. I just-
Yeah,
Yeah, it gets complicated.
it
It really
does.
does.
But to unstress myself out now. It was,
Mhm.
other than that, like, it was live band, everything was amazing. It was I
Mhm.
still amazing, amazing, amazing. I had a blast, but your 15th birthday
Oh
was
yeah.
something to talk about. You
Talk
want to,
about two extremes.
like, I know it was a totally different vibe. It was,
Mhm.
but still absolute absolutely amazing. Just Oh, just amazing. You want to tell the
Yes.
story?
Well, I'm as anybody that knows me, I am a flower child at heart. I love everything disco. Just
Amen.
love that. Just, I don't know. It's just a feel good time with like, and I told my mom, I said, I want a party, like a disco party. That's what I want. And so I invited like my closest friends and literally in our garage. I mean, it was, we all had to wear 70s outfits. And in my garage, we had a dance party
Oh yeah. Your mom
straight
taught
up.
us the hustle.
My mom taught us the hustle straight up. I had gone to a thrift store in South City, and that's where I found my dress. It was a polyester dress. I
Yep.
remember it. And I think it had flowers on it. I
It
can't,
did.
yeah, right? And
Yeah.
it was so hot. Not hot like
Yes.
hot, but it was burning up. Like I don't know how people wore polyester
I
pants
don't
back then,
either.
because that's like crotch rot city. My ass would be sweating so bad because that dress was so hot. Especially when you're dancing.
Oh
Like it
yeah.
sticks to you. But the crazy part and the funny part is um I had a strobe light that my cousin lent me because my family knew we were, having this party. So my cousin Bernadette said, "Oh, I have a strobe light I can lend you." Dang, I did not know what a strobe light really was until that party. And it's literally like seizure city.
Wait, what am I forgetting? What happened?
Remember, that's the one where it was flashing.
Yeah.
And then remember my friend Tony?
Oh
Remember she got
yeah.
sick
Oh yeah.
and it gave her like motion sickness and she
Yeah.
like was about to pass out and she was
Yeah.
nauseous. But
Yeah.
apparently that's a huge thing
It
with
is. They have to
strobe lights.
warn in
Uh-huh.
concerts and stuff. Yeah.
I was like, wow. I mean, other than that, we had a fantastic time. We stayed up late. It was a sleepover for the ones that, could sleep over, good music. It was just a
Yes.
great time.
Because you and I have always like, we have so much in common, and
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to music, because I grew up on
Mm-hmm.
disco. So I was
Yes.
like, yes, please. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember I wore polyester long sleeve button down collar shirt, like a cute little
Mm-hmm.
yellow one with flowers. And
Yes.
like, sorry, my puppy's being loud. And like these bell bottom type pants. It was hot. It was hot. And I remember I
Mm-hmm.
had my really cool clear sunglasses. They
Yes.
were
Orange,
where
weren't
are
they?
no, it was
Or
the
yours
frames
were
were
actually
clear.
clear. That's
Yeah.
right.
Where are they? I would love to rock those.
Oh man, we had some good times because like your mom always said, and even my mom has told me repeatedly, like they wish that they saved their stuff
Mm-hmm.
because history always repeats itself. And
Uh-huh.
just like it is now,
Uh-huh. Say
our
it
moms were
loud.
saying the same thing because, in the 90s, all the hippy dippy trippy stuff was coming back, Flower Child, Love, Peace, and
Oh
Soul.
yeah. Remember our mood
And
rings?
yes, and we would go to Claire's
And
at
up and
Stonestown.
down, upside down.
Yes, exactly. And we would, I mean, gosh, they had like, you know, f- Daisy stuff, Peace,
Totally.
and, the makeup they had, like
Yep.
hard candy. We had talked about this in the beginning episodes, the first ones that we put out, but like the colors of the nail
It was all
polish
like
and
baby blue, like pastels, and the
yeah.
metallics. All that's
Mm-hmm.
coming back. And, not to bring it to Barbie, but, I went to go see the movie Barbie
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. It was everything because I'm a huge Barbie girl. And
Yes.
it just, I'm so mad that I don't have a single Barbie from my childhood. And I would kill.
Really, you
Kill.
don't?
I don't know what happened. I don't know if like when we moved from Park Merced, if my mother was doing this big purge, because like when we moved, I was gonna be 14.
Mm-hmm.
So, or yeah, something like that. I remember me and Annie broke out our Barbies for one last hurrah when we were 14. So it
Mm.
might have been right after that. But let me say bye. Jesus, I have the most beautiful Barbies. I went on eBay last night to see if I could find my favorite Barbie, and
Mm-hmm.
damn, it's going for like $300 right now. Yeah,
Dang, which one was your favorite?
totally nice. Totally hair Barbie. She
Oh,
had like a really
cute.
cute like mini dress with like neon, very 90s, and like the long hair all the way to her ankles. Ugh.
Ooh, yes.
And of
Hello. Oh
course,
my
she was
God.
referenced in the movie because she is so amazing.
Oh
Um,
man.
but yeah, I would kill for that. And when we were 15, we would have killed for our mom's outfits. My mother's
Mm-hmm.
wardrobe in the 70s was everything. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yes, no, for real. I'm telling you, they're platform shoes.
Oh,
Okay. My mom was always making me freaking bell bottoms all the time because that's what they used to do. They used to make their own because, the bell bottom wasn't big enough. So they would add
yeah.
material.
Yeah.
I mean, mine was
Yeah.
pretty ridiculous after my mom got done with it. But, the clogs that they had, remember clogs?
Yes.
Ugh,
Well, and then it came back in the 90s for us.
sure
And
did.
I told you, I saw clogs at Ross the other day. I'm like, are
Yeah.
these back? Like,
Yeah, see? I love it. No, I mean, when you think of like toys too, like thinking of Barbie in the 90s
yeah,
and stuff, it's crazy how Barbie has always stayed true to their like,
brand. Like
yeah.
how women can do everything.
Yeah, like they never shied away from, going, in fact, they even evolved, and
Hmm.
they had even a plus size Barbie or,
Hmm.
Barbie with disabilities, like in the
Exactly.
wheelchair. And like,
Exactly.
and I think that's important for kids to see that and be able to go to a toy shelf and pick something that looks like them,
Exactly. And
you know?
it's very true.
Hmm.
And seeing the movie reminded me of that. I never ever felt less than when I
Hmm.
had my Barbies. I never felt
Hmm.
like I had to look like that Barbie.
Right.
I never had that moment.
Hmm.
I remember I had a beautiful Barbie. Her name, the Latinas were called Teresa
Hmm.
dolls. And I
Yeah.
had a Teresa doll. And I was like, wow, she's a brunette like me. But like, I loved the blonde Barbies. Like, and
Hmm.
not to think, but I never was like, oh, because, blonde, blue eyes, the true definition of beauty. Like, we don't
Right.
look at, I feel like kids don't take it like that.
Mm-mm.
The maybe kids growing up in the Kardashian era do, like
Mhm.
seeing them and like not to place blame on them because I'm sorry, everyone has their own mind. They don't have to look like that. But you know
Mhm.
what I mean with Barbie, it's like they're in their careers, they have their own dream house, they can do
Mhm.
anything. And that's what the
Exactly.
message of the movie was. And
Mhm.
so it reminded me of that. I was like, wow, like that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I think that, and it's true because when you were playing with, I mean, I only played Barbies to an extent, like, because I was really just by myself. Like, I had my cousins, and when I would play with them, like, I remember my cousin had a Barbie playhouse, and I was
Mm.
just like, oh my gosh. And it's so funny how when you're little like that, like, you can literally feel your imagination just growing
Oh
the
yeah.
minute you start playing with them. And for me, it was in the pool, like the fake pool of the Barbie, like
Yeah.
because I just love pools. So, just being there and like just jumping into your imagination and being able to be and do whatever you want. And
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like
oh,
there's
it's
something
amazing.
so like, I don't know, humble and like not humble, but like homey and like
Yeah.
just I don't know, it feels good. It reminds me of when I was little, like that
Oh,
innocence that, yeah, hell, I want a convertible, so I'm gonna get one,
right. And it was
you know?
pink. Like I think
Mhm.
that's where my love of pink stems from, definitely, is the
Mhm.
Barbies.
Yeah,
But like,
exactly.
oh, I would give anything to have like I'm gonna ask my mom, like, Mom, do you have anything in your storage locker? Like, come on.
Oh,
Or were
I
they all
know.
schlepped off to Peru? Which no, great. Like, if that was the
I'm like, you can
case.
ask your cousin.
Uh-huh. Like I remember my cousin was like, oh yeah, your dad sent me your Game Boy. I'm like, say what? Like,
Okay,
can you hold
'cause
on to
shoot.
it for me when I go visit this year? I'm gonna bring it back. I'm not.
Oh my
But I'm
gosh,
happy that it
no.
went to like people to my family because they
Yeah,
know they loved it and took care of it. You know what I mean? But where's my
exactly.
New Kids on the Block tour jacket? Where's my New Kids
Oh,
on the Block fanny
oh my
pack?
gosh,
Like,
yes.
damn,
Your
what was I
LA Gear
asleep?
jacket and
Oh,
your shoes. Man, LA Gear. Damn it. You know,
jellies.
oh, jellies, dang.
Do you remember when jellies came back though in high school?
Do I ever? And they were
They
cute.
were cute. I rocked the black clear ones with my
Yes,
uniform.
I had baby blue.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you wore them to the father-daughter dance.
yes. Oh my gosh. No, they were oh my gosh, yeah, I love everything about the style back in the day.
Yeah. Well, it's coming back.
It is, but
All of it.
it's so funny how like we were talking about patience the other day, and I was in Sephora today,
Uh-oh.
right? Because I had to go get some deodorant, right? So I'm over there and I'm looking for
Wait,
some
pause.
others.
What deodorant do you use?
I use Rio de Janeiro.
Yum. I want to smell your
Yeah.
armpits.
Okay, because I smell like caramel.
Oh,
And I'm not a
nice.
big caramel scent kind of person, but this is
Uh-huh.
nice and subtle. And
Okay.
a clean deodorant, so
Wait,
Presley and I both use it.
is it the Sol de Janeiro line? They have deodorant?
Yes, they do.
So time out. I have been waffling for
Hmm.
a year and a half now. I love numbers 48 or 60. It's the pink body
Oh yeah.
spray. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
finally I said, you know what? F it. I will
Hmm.
pay $40 for
Hmm.
a damn body
Dang, is it
splash.
that much?
Yes, $38. Well, and then with tax, it's 40 something. But
Oh
I finally bit
shoot.
the bullet and bought that damn body spray because it smells so
Hmm.
good.
It does.
And I was like, I was like, yes. That line,
You're funny.
oh my God. Oh
No,
my,
for real. So that particular spray,
yes.
they have that scent. Now they have the deodorant, which
Oh,
I want, but they don't sell it at what is it, Sephora.
how much is the deodorant?
It's 16, but I'm like, if I'm gonna be buying native, because I was buying native,
And that's
and
expensive.
that's 12.99. So I'm like, what's
Yeah.
four more dollars,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, for me, it's like, I would rather have Presley use something that is not, as harsh, doesn't have as many
Aluminum.
chemicals.
Yeah.
Exactly. So with this, it's, and it smells good. I mean, she loves it. She thinks she's doing something, like
She
mature.
is.
So, but it's so, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And I will tell you this, like, it's the first deodorant that I have where when you sweat, it actually it releases like a beautiful scent. Like, and it's not like musky or you could smell it when you move, right? But it smells so good. It smells like you're clean. Every
Oh,
time I wear that, Tony's like, "Oh, you always smell good,
but
but
you
you
always
still
smell good.
like smell more fresh." Like it's this, I don't know, it's a very happy scent.
Oh, Neem, you're so cute.
I love their stuff. Like,
Oh,
and their
so
creams
do I.
apparently are really
Oh,
good,
it's like it goes on like freaking
like
butter.
butter. Mm-hmm.
Although Trader Joe's Brazil nut is made with the same things.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
So,
know. You told me about that.
yes. Yeah, so
I'm
I
gonna
bought
have
their
to
body
check that
butter
out.
because, and they came
Cause
out with a body wash,
see,
and then you just top it off with the spray on top.
see, right? I'm telling you, the combos, that's how to do it.
Yeah,
But so I went there to get
yeah.
my deodorant, and I literally I literally told the worker, I don't, I give you mad props because if I worked here right now, because there was so many kids,
Oh,
like teenagers on vacation in this store, and I literally felt like a vein in my head was going to pop because they were
mm.
so loud. And I'm in line, right? And I turn around and there's
Oh,
these two girls, okay,
ugh.
that decided to go in the aisles of Sephora and get some black eyeliner and draw on each other's faces
Wha-
mustaches and goatees and beards.
Ah,
So they have lines all over their face.
stop.
And I'm like, what is going on? And so I told the lady, I don't know, I commend you for being here because I can't. Like, and I don't know what it like and the thing is that they think they're funny. Like they're like, like not it's like obnoxious funny,
Ew, I'm
right?
annoyed.
Yes. And I try to think back to the 90s of when we were young.
We never acted stupid like that.
Exactly. And I was telling my boss that today when I was driving her to the airport. I said, and I was telling her about these kids, and she goes, "Oh, come on. You were like that." I go, No, I was not.
Mm-mm.
I said one thing my mother always told me when I
Mm-hmm.
left the car, you do not act a fool in front of people. You be respectful and don't make yourself a spectacle, right? And I didn't because I was so like, and I was always conscious of that because I never wanted to look like those girls that acted
Exactly.
stupid, that
Exactly.
are try to be super loud so everybody can stare at them.
Ugh, I
And
hate.
that's how these girls were. And I
Of
was just like, oh,
course.
so cringy. It was so cringy. I was just like, I go, oh my gosh. And thank God we were never like that.
No, because I'm sorry, parenting has changed a lot since
Hmm.
our day, you
It
know?
has. It has. But at the same time, like, remember back in the day at Stonestown, our hangout, the mall, um, they had where you couldn't have more than what was it, two people? Like you couldn't walk around with a group of people if you were under the age of 18. Remember they had put a restriction on how many people could walk in like a group.
Oh, I don't remember that. Wow.
Hmm.
They
And
should
if they
redo that.
yeah, exactly. And if you had like more, I think it was more than two people, you had to be escorted out.
Good. Let's
You
bring
weren't
what
allowed to
happened to
shop
that?
together. Yeah.
What
Because I'm
happened to
like,
that?
some of the
That sounded
stuff
like a
that's,
genius idea.
yeah, I'm sorry. The 90s did things the right way. Nowadays, people just get to do whatever the hell they want.
Exactly.
And it's just like it's not a matter of you know telling people they can't do things or whatever, but you gotta, I'm sorry, there's just too much stealing and craziness going on
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. People driving off ledges. Did you see that car in San Francisco that drove off? Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy? But then
Yeah.
they left the scene.
No, I don't remember that.
Yes. So if you look at the video, this car drives off the cliff, ends up on the hood,
Oh
right? And
shit.
a bystander comes, like opens the door to help them. They get out. Tell me why they run up the stairs and leave the scene of the crime, of the
They
accident.
haven't found them yet?
Not that I know
Oh,
of.
they weren't hurt?
Mm-mm. No. So some people are saying that they stole the car
Oh,
and they
that makes
decided
sense.
to leave because they didn't want to get in trouble. But I was like, seriously? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this world,
I
but
don't either.
back in the day, you didn't see this kind of stuff.
No, you did not.
I don't know, Steph. I wish I could just go back in the 90s and play a good CD.
So I actually have a question. Do
Sure.
you have any pictures from your 15th birthday party?
You know what?
See,
I don't think so.
I
I know I
know.
do,
Okay.
but I don't know where the hell they are.
Shit. Like seriously. And also what I was thinking about today was when we met Jordan Knight of NKOTV, we took pictures with my what was that camera? The AP film.
Yes.
Why did we never take it to be developed though?
Oh,
I
we did
know.
not.
I need to find the cartridge and go handle that.
Yes, you do, because dang, that was an epic day.
Remember your necklace?
Do I ever?
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
And that year for me, like I had met Joey McIntyre a couple months prior. It was
Mm-hmm.
like every girl's fantasy. And then Jordan looking all delicious. Remember his single? Maybe you know I can
Ooh.
give it to you.
Oh my gosh. Dang, he had some good
He sure
songs.
did.
Oh man, we had some good time stuff.
Oh my God, mean. Too many to even like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
so many fun memories.
Right? We did. And and that's the thing is like, it's funny. I know there's a lot of people in this world that don't like Taylor Swift. I adore her.
I adore her.
And I think what I like about her is that she brings the feeling of that kind of like that time of when we were younger where
Yes.
we loved concerts. And
Yes.
that like solidarity of
Oh,
when you were at a concert and you just were friends with everybody and stuff. Like
yes.
it's crazy what she's doing and I just think it's really awesome.
I know. It would have been so fun if we went to her show. It's this week. I'm
I
bitter.
know. Tell me about it. I feel like this is like the way they're making it and however, you see all the concerts from all over. I feel like I'm like, is this her last tour? It's huge.
It I feel like yeah. Well, yeah, I hope not. She's amazing.
No, maybe she'll take a break for a while,
She
but
deserves a damn break. Jesus Christ.
she does. She does indeed. But she's a
I
genius, that's for sure.
love her. I love
She's
everything about Tay Tay.
yeah, I mean, and there's someone special today whose birthday it is. Isn't it today?
Yeah, so we're recording on a Monday, and it's the one and
Ah,
only J Lo, Jennifer
wow.
Lynn Lopez. I started my morning. I'd not at 5 the way she did, but girl, you know I used her beauty products to wash my face, the serum, and then I had
Dang.
a green juice, and then
Mm,
I was honoring her all day. I love
love
her. I love
it.
her so much. You have no idea. I love her. Look at her
Aw.
poster behind me. Can you see it?
Oh yes, right there. Look at it. Is that one from?
When I met her in 2016, the dark
Yeah,
year.
wow. Oh, is that I was like, is that the name of her album? And then I
No,
remember that's
but
Our Dark
I
Year.
finally
Dang,
framed it.
was that
Yeah.
when the Zumba?
Yeah, the meet and greet when they arranged it for me.
Dang, that
And
was in
then
2016?
2016,
Who'd
the
you go
beginning,
with?
my ex.
Ah. Okay. I'm like
Yeah.
tripping. I was like, that seems like wow. Oh,
Yeah. So
oh,
long
okay.
ago. But it took me
How many times have you met
years.
her?
Just
Twice?
the once,
Just
but I
once.
see her every time she's in concert. I'm like,
Wow.
and if like when she had her Vegas residency, I was literally like, how am I gonna do this? I need to see her every
Mm-hmm.
day. She's
That's right. I
amazing.
remember.
I just really
Oh,
look up to her. She's just, I mean, everything. Like the way her work ethic is just mind-boggling to me. So yeah.
mm-hmm. No, she brings the old school style.
Oh my God, do you hear this little girl?
It's okay. I was like, whoa. I was like, is that your mic?
No, they're
Oh,
talking. So when I record, I bring Daisy down here and then
mm-hmm.
Roni stays up there because otherwise they'd be fighting. And now with these headphones, I can hear everything that's
Isn't that
going on
funny?
upstairs. It's
But it's
insane.
funny, I can't hear anything. So it's
That's
kind of like when I
amazing.
said, can you hear the toilet
Oh,
flush?
okay. Oh my God,
Only
it's
I could hear it.
insane. But like they'll talk to each other. And I'm like,
Aw,
ah. But yeah.
man. Well, that was a good one, Steph, going down memory lane.
I love our memory lane convos.
Same
We have
here.
so many.
We do. I mean, we're gonna have to talk about lens crafters. We're gonna have to have an episode about when we worked there because there is so many things now that I think about it. Talk about memory lane.
Oh my God.
So many things that we can talk about during our employment over
Are we going to talk about we're not
there.
going to
Yeah,
talk
we
about,
are.
oh my God, anonymous
Yes.
names, please.
Yes. We'll come up with some aliases.
Okay.
Yes. But I think it was, we have to talk about our breakfast and,
Oh, moon's
you
over my
know,
hammy.
yes.
I remember Amber,
Oh,
the sexual song, lee dee da
yes.
dee dee da dee.
Dee-da-dee,
Remember? Oh my God.
dee-da-dee. Man, we played that like nobody's business.
Oh,
Ugh, so many memories. We're gonna have an episode on that, like, because that's huge. That was a big, there's a lot that went on. We have to talk about how we started, how you
mhm.
were there first, how I came on board, but then we have to talk about how it ended.
God.
Because that was epic the way that went down. Because we were like, we didn't think it would end up the way it did. And then we're like, what? But we'll get to that. We're going to
That's a
have to
good
talk about
one. We
that.
might have to do that next sesh.
Yes. It is so funny. You
Oh
don't want
my
to miss
God.
it.
I'm like, you're bringing me back to that place
No,
right
because
now.
I told my boss that story and she was laughing, like honestly in tears because
I
it is
can't,
that funny.
I cannot wait for you. I want to hear what you're
Yeah,
gonna say.
because
Do you
that
remember
was
the dinner?
do I yeah at
Where was it? See, you remember things.
Peppermill, Pepperdine.
Where the hell is that? Is that where Celia's is now?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Uh-huh.
you.
It was the
Oh my,
I think it was called the Pepper Mills, Pepper something.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang, remember
oh
that?
my God. Do you remember my secret? Okay, the secret Santa gift that I gifted.
Was it to
Oh, la
Joe?
balai, scalai.
Joe?
Oh, that's a nice alias. Yes.
What was it?
I'll
Cigarettes?
I'll say yes, but I'll
Oh
go into
yeah, there's more to
yeah.
that.
There's more to that.
Dang. Okay, that's gonna be a good episode. Okay, you do not want to miss that because it is juicy.
It is. We were
Mhm.
very like we were 18, right?
We were 18, 19 years old, and we straight up remember my eye exam?
I
That was
sure do. That
yeah,
changed your life, that rocked your world.
sure did.
Oh my
Hello.
God. And then it was when we were working there that we celebrated New Year's Eve together in 99 going into 2000.
Yes, and we were
That's
pissed
perfect.
off. Remember, we were pissed off that they had the audacity
Yes.
to have a meeting the day after.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about this. Okay, next episode, next episode. To
Yes, oh my
catch that episode next week, folks. Oh my
yes,
God.
where Steph and I were frame stylists.
Oh, I almost like pursued a career in optometry after that, though.
No, yeah, for sure. Except the insurance stuff really
Yeah,
pissed me
me
off.
too.
Ugh,
More on that next week.
yes.
Oh, this is fun, Nate. I love
It
talking about
was.
memes.
Same here. We need to do more like that because we have a lot of like core
We,
memories.
we
So,
sure do.
anyways, I'm gonna make hella notes on this lens crafter episode. So
Oh,
I
I'm
can't
gonna dig
wait.
out. I have pictures, so I'll bring
Yes.
them out
Ah,
and blur
stop
faces.
it.
Okay, perfect.
Alrighty.
All right. So that was fun. And
It
don't
was.
forget, well, first of all, thank you for listening. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
for letting us go down memory lane. It's our favorite lane to drive down.
Oh,
But also,
absolutely.
don't forget to tune back in on Friday because we have a new episode of
Mm,
90s Crime Talk coming at
can't
you.
wait. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I don't know what Steph has up her sleeve, but I'm sure it's riveting.
Oh, I'm very excited. I can't wait to talk with you and have just
Likewise.
riveting convos. But
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, Neen, do you have anything else or should we wrap this show up?
No, we need to wrap it and roll it and be on our way because I can't
Okay.
wait to do some notes on this next
Wrap it, roll
episode.
it, flip it, and reverse it. That's what you
Okay.
okay.
Oh
Take it
man, I
there.
would I would keep going, but I know I'll mess up. So, anyways.
All right, then. Until next time, we're gonna catch you on that flip side.
Oh yeah, peace out, buddy.